Well, hey, Sagittarius. I've got to work on my presentation again, Sag. My setup. I feel like I'm always working on it because I don't know. I don't know if it's a Sagittarius thing or not. I just don't have uh very much on the decorating tip, right? Okay. Matter of fact, most of my furniture and stuff is kind of antique, but I don't really feel like I'm into antiques. I just don't like to really bother. So let's get into it right away for the freaking weekend. If you're looking to donate or looking for the extended or personal readings, please check out the link in my description. And let's get into it because I don't know, you're all filled up. Your heart is full. Sag, you're feeling Venus. So I don't know if this means you're going to be emotional or that's what you're pushing out. Because it could be that's what you're pushing out to others. Because what I do see, and this isn't gender, but being very much in your Empress energy, in your feminine energy, and sometimes that can be taken wrong but I don't think that people don't really look at tarot who don't really understand energy. So this is about your emotions, um feeling grounded, your energy. We actually manifest better when we are in our feminine energy because it's where the ideas come from. So you could be very abundant, right? But what's interesting is that Venus is looking at the situation, wanting to throw love on things. And I feel like this is what you want to give people this weekend. I feel like you want to be compassionate and loving towards others. It could be that other people make this difficult, especially if you're in an abundant period right now, because what we're seeing is the events that are influencing you. Friends, right? Friends, your circle, people you associate with. And then we have it's your time. And there's envy here, okay, with other people. Always. We always. I don't get it, right? Because we are really not those kind of people. We don't dabble, we don't mess with jealousy. Because I don't feel like we really get jealous, but I feel like there's people here who um I wouldn't say jealous, but there may be things going on in your life or coming up to be going on in your life going really right. Like it's going to seem like it's your time, right? And why shouldn't it be? Why shouldn't it be? Sagittarius has definitely been, a sign that has gone through some very difficult cycles. And, so you may deal with other people who are envious of, you know, things going right for you. I kind of think like you're taking it in stride though, because feminine energy, and maybe it also has something to do with you don't let things bother you like that. And you don't let things bother you. I mean, I feel a lot of times that people are jealous of our energy. You know, I don't feel as if it's they want something we have. I feel like it's about our charisma and the way that we stay positive through mostly everything. And we luck into things. Now, trust and believe that's going to cause some issues, right? And here's very interesting, as always, because I feel like you have a teacher coming in. Someone's going to show you something about how to make things happen. Whatever it is you're looking to harvest, right? To win at, to succeed at. There is someone dropping some knowledge on you. And I kind of feel like you might feel like they're just telling stories, but no. This person's it's not only through doing that this person gains their knowledge. They're a gatherer of information. So they themselves could be a student, what have you. But they definitely know what they are talking about. So that's very interesting. And so of course, we dabble into the relationships of it all. Because how's it going to go with us and other people? Like, you're going to be going through this. This person definitely is going to play a part, but look at this. You got someone who wants, if you are single, you've got someone possibly online, because we are seeing social media. It feels like someone who's been waiting for you to be single or wants to change the fact that you are single, because this person keeps an eye out since they're keeping tabs and whatnot. Yeah. And I feel maybe we've seen this energy. This person is, I mean, you could have had a problem with them for sure, or they could just have something that they're settling, right? And they're missing you. They miss you. So we will take a look at that in the extended, because why not? But let's see what the tarot says. Sorry, you guys. I feel silly. It's Friday. I just had treatment this morning, and the treatment makes me tired, makes me a little loopy. Not in the head, but eventually I start to get tired. So that's typically why I will just do a one reading, a one show pony today. So let's see. I got a new deck today, yesterday, and it's called the Graffiti Tarot, and it looks very fun. It actually looks a lot like this deck. So that will really go together, but we're going to use that for the weekend flow. Okay, we are. Seven of Wands is on the bottom with the Five of Cups and the Four of Cups. I feel like you are so, it's like you're tired of being disappointed in people. Maybe you're even tired of like letting people go. I just feel though you're tired of those feelings. Like the feelings of sadness and disappointment. Because with the Five of Cups, there is always a chance to turn things around, to do things differently. The fives are all about change, but it does involve getting past the sadness. I just feel like maybe you've been flowing in that energy, especially with other people, and maybe you really need to get out so that you don't feel that, because there's something about that. So if you've been grieving, or even just are tired of problems, like problem after problem, you just don't want to, you might be going out for a good time. The Three of Cups, that's has to do with meeting up with friends. And I don't know what's going on here, but we'll find out. So tell us about Venus. Tell us about Venus for Sagittarius this weekend. Venus. What's got Sag's heart so full? It's too many. Tell us what Venus wants to say. Okay. Three of Swords. Healing. Ooh, the Lovers. You could just be focused on healing things with people. And just kind of like I said, you're just deciding that you can't, like, you don't have the bandwidth to deal. You don't want to be sad anymore. You don't want to be disappointed. You don't want to go over things. You just want to heal, right? Because with the Three of Swords, that does talk about heartbreak, right? It does talk about problems, but it also talks about how we get into this energy of everyone seeing things from their own side. And sometimes that's not the whole truth, because we all have our own truth, right? The Three of Swords. There's my truth, there's your truth, there's the actual truth. It's really more about meeting in the middle. We're all in pain and we all are justified in our pain, and that might not be an agreement. But what is an agreement is that we're deciding to heal. And I feel like that's what's happening here. I feel like that's what's happening. I feel like that's, that's how you're feeling influenced. You don't want to feel bad. You want to feel good. And who doesn't? Like, for real. So tell me about this friends and envy business. What the heck is that? Nine of Swords. Eight of Swords. The Seven of Swords. I mean, someone's in their head and it's not getting better. So what is this, all this swords about? Like, I feel like there may be someone around you who thinks that you get everything you want. And they're kind of stuck in this headspace. And the Nine of Swords tells you it's a wrong way of thinking, right? It's going to the negative right away. But it's kind of like something goes right for you. Or maybe this is just a general feeling of people around you. But I feel like this may be a specific person. I don't know who it is, but it does feel as if, like, when something is going right for you, someone gets inside their head because they're not in a good place, right? They're not in a good place. So they kind of fill themselves with that you don't deserve to be in a good place. But basically that is, a lying to yourself. It's not being happy for good things that happen to other people, because maybe good things aren't happening to you. And there does seem to be a person who kind of feels like you get what you want, and on some level you don't deserve it. Now that's not a friend, I can tell you that. I think it has more to do with someone who is really going through a hard time, and then they see something good happen to you, and then, I don't know, it kind of triggers them in some way. The Moon. Because I feel like this person, honestly, Sag, and you're going to say, like, maybe you'll say, so what, right? This person has so many feelings. They really do. And I feel like they know that they should be grateful, right? I think you've probably helped this person or rescued them in the past or in some way. And I swear this person's just being influenced so much by so many emotions. And what they're thinking is not correct. And it's interesting to me because you are in the opposite mood. You just want things to be good with people. So tell us about this teacher. Tell us about this teacher for Sagittarius. Oh, wowza. 10 of Pentacles. These cards are sick. With the Queen of Pentacles. This is someone who has really worked hard for whatever this is, and it just kind of feels like this is a mentorish situation. They've already like accumulated and earned what it is you want to harvest. So they have a lot of information, probably a lot of wisdom, and they actually can really help you figure things out, because the Queen of Pentacles does that. She helps everybody. Because whatever it is you're doing, there may be problems, and they want to help you to avoid problems. The Tower and the Star. Look at these cards. Are they not the cutest? They're so whimsical. So this is definitely a person who wants to help you. So I definitely wouldn't, we're not really good at that. We don't ask for help, but you know, hopefully we're getting better at accepting help. And sometimes you have to accept that people know more than you. Yeah, I mean, I said what I said. It's a hard pill sometimes, you know, because we all just want to do things our own way. We all So let's see. Final thoughts, final words for the weekend. Because let's take a look at what you're doing. It does, and you know, we'll do a little recap. There may be a little outing or getting together with friends. I just think that you've got someone in the group who has some destructive feelings, and I feel like you may feel compassion for it, and maybe if you realize that because this person feels very stuck, it doesn't excuse bad behavior, but that's kind of where it is coming from. So they are going through a lot. So what does Sagittarius want to do this weekend? What does Sag want to do? I was seeing the 9 of Wands, so maybe you just want to take a nap. And here it is again. Yeah, I mean, you've just had a lot on your plate, and you're tired. So, you know, maybe you've been really busy lately. So you don't want to do anything responsible. You just want to take a nap. So what is Sag actually doing? Oh, damn. Page of Pentacles. 2 of Swords. Here's the thing. Page of Pentacles. There's an opportunity presenting itself that you learn about, obviously. 2 of Swords, you're on the fence about it. You're not sure if you should do it or not. Because look, here, you want to rest, right? And you have already had, like, why would I add one more thing, right? But it's hard to say no to the moolah. Hard to say no to the money, Sag. You know, because Sagittarius is always thinking about the big picture, right? So I feel like what you're thinking about in this situation is not that you'll have another thing on your plate, but that you might be able to create a little safe place to land, a little nest egg in case a challenge shows up. You're trying to be ready. That's smart, Sag. But that's smart, but so is rest. Rest is also smart, Sag. We don't have to be busy all the time. So let's take a look and see what Spirit says. What does Spirit say about this weekend for Sag? What does Spirit say? Oh, the Star. Temperance. I think they're telling you to get rest. Yeah. Look at this. The Star, Temperance, and the Devil. Because, look, you're really not obligated to do this opportunity that comes up, right? And, you know, what would be better for you, because the Star is also about healing, right? What would be better for you would be to just focus on your own peace, your own balance, and really to get out of this, maybe even a thought process, but it feels like a grind mindset to me. Yeah, and I feel like it's instigated by other people. Like, for instance, when you say, oh, I'm just going to relax, I'm just going to take it easy. I could do this one thing, but I just don't want to. I'm tired. I already do enough. And then you have people saying, because they're attached to the devil, right? Which is about what you should do, and success. It can also be, because it's Capricorn. Um, Telling you they don't agree with you, that you should do this, that, you know, maybe even that it's the right thing to do. But here's the thing, Sag, and this energy coming back up really tells me this, with the Four of Cups and the Five of Cups, is that it's time for you to move out of that, because, you know, it doesn't necessarily, you don't really feel like it helps you, because it just becomes very heavy, and maybe even sits like mentally for you. You know, and the Seven of Wands being here, I feel like you hate that you're put in this position of defending yourself, of why you don't want to do something, you know, and I feel like that's where a lot of the feeling down and the disappointment in people comes from, you know. And Spirit says, no, we're just going to do away with the devil. You know, that's coming from other people. That's not coming from you. And that doesn't mean that you are obligated to do it. You're obligated to really focus on yourself, and being right within yourself. And since this is 14 and it adds up to a 5, and the Five of Cups was so prevalent in this reading, this is really about you mentally. Like, it's kind of, not that there's anything wrong with you mentally, but, you know, it's a break is needed here. A break is needed for you, not only physically, but mentally, because you're trying to get in this energy that is just, you know, about love and abundance, and even taking care of yourself, you know. And so don't listen to what they say, Sag. You know, you deserve this, and this is what's best for you. So if you're interested in finding out more about this little romantic situation and getting a future, I also do a future prediction in the extended reading every day, then you'll join me there. If not, let's get you You know what I was feeling? Like you needed a card from the animal spirits. Let's see. What do they have to say? What do the animal spirits want to tell my Sagittarius friends? Ugh. Oh, and there it is. It's upside down. Huh. So I kind of feel, since it's upside down, because this is about changes and about signs, like you're being shown signs to things changing, and you're not paying attention to it. So pay attention. I knew the animal spirits had something to say. So that's what I have for you, Sagittarius. I hope it really helps and you have the best weekend ever. Toodles.